So, connecting a LG C10 48-inch OLED to your PC, is it a good idea? Or is it a bad idea? Well, I don't know. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about this, shall we? It looks kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? And I have it right next to my bed. But it's only for the test. I just want to see, uh, is it feasible to use a PC on a 48-inch OLED like this? So let's get right into it. Again, twice I said it. All right, so this is about 3.5 feet away. Me sitting on my chair. Let me pull up my chair to 2 feet. This is 2 feet away. And of course, this is me sitting now 1 feet away. So the first thing everybody wants to know, does it really hurt your eyes when you are like sitting this close to a 48-inch OLED monitor? It doesn't, as long as you are using that OLED light to be lower. First of all, you don't need that OLED light to be blasting 100%. What I recommend is moving that OLED light to 86%. And here's my handy dandy controller. And let me show you why I think you should do that. So we're on the gamer mode right here. And I'm going to click my settings right here. As you can see, I have my OLED light to 86 and my contrast it's to 94, because you're sitting 2 feet away, 3 feet away from this 48-inch OLED television monitor. You really don't need that OLED light to be blasting. So use OLED light 86, contrast to 94. Sharpness can go down to honestly, bring it down to 10. Wait, this is a color. Am I hitting the color? Jesus Christ. My mistake. Keep the color at 50. I did that by mistake. Sharpness, leave it at 10, because again, you're sitting very close to the monitor. You don't need to have that sharpness blasting too much, especially when you're like 2 feet away from this monitor. So the most important thing, it's really the OLED light. Turn that OLED, I would go as far as turning it to 83 and contrast to 94. So the most important is the OLED light. Keep it at 83, and then sharpness, keep it at 10, because you don't want stuff to be outlined too much when you are using this 48-inch OLED TV C10 55 48-inch C10 OLED slash TV monitor, whatever you want to call it. Now let's go through a browser. Let's just go to IGN or GameSpot really quick. All right, so here I am. Maybe I can give you this perspective. Works just fine. The one thing you will appreciate is that low latency, man, and that instant game response time and ultra high speed HDMI 2.1 cable that I'm using with this PC and this OLED monitor television. Works just fine. Let's go to YouTube. Maybe we can go to YouTube really quick. Click on YouTube. There's my video right there. Maybe I can click on it really quick just to see it and close that up. Yeah, works just fine. Let's close this up. So what do I think? Briefly, it works. You can use it, um, but make sure you keep that OLED light way down, like to 84%. And your contrast, you can move it to 90. Actually, you know what? Let's move the contrast to 90, because you're 2 feet away from this, man. You really don't need to have that stuff blasting in. Let's go to the settings, picture mode, move it to 90. There you go. Like 90 right there. That'll do it. So 84, 83% OLED light and 90 on the contrast. So far looks comfortable. Also, I would the tone of color, I would keep it at normal. Just keep it at normal. You don't want it to be too warm. As long as you get that OLED light, honestly, it's hard for this camera to depict this, but as long as you keep that OLED light very low to like 83%, and then contrast to 90%, I think you're going to be fine. So again, let's go through this really quick. It has to be the game mode, obviously. So 3 things in case you guys are getting confused. OLED light, 83%. The most important, number 1. Second most important, contrast to 90%. And last but not least, sharpness to 10. Right there. So that's what I would do. Keep the sharpness at 10. Keep the OLED light at 83. Contrast at 90. And I think you're pretty much smooth riding here. That's it. So it's just like my first impression, sitting close to this monitor, television. Obviously, I need to spend some more time playing like this. I will let you know after a few days how I feel. People talk about the burn-in. Listen, these new OLED TVs, they have a pixel refresher, and I think LG has gotten super extra good with trying to avoid that burn-in. Now, of course, if you blast the OLED light maximum and contrast maximum, and you keep it like this without any energy saving, and it just stays like this for about a couple of days, of course you're gonna have a burn-in. But if you take precautions, if you set up your energy savings, I think you can easily avoid that potential burn-in. But my first impressions, looks good, not bad. I will let you know more once I spend some more time with this. And but my first impressions, I like it. You know, it's here. Let me go to the YouTube. Let's go to GameSpot really quick. Everything's fluid and fast. You know, like you can see my mouse right here. And having the refresh rate, obviously, that's another thing. Having that refresh rate, 120 hertz, also plays a huge role as well. So, using an OLED as a PC monitor, I'm going to spend some time on this. I'm going to let you know, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right. Thank you for watching.